All right, let's head out to that studio in the sky. We got Chris Comstock with us. And where are you at geographically, Chris?
So my family resides in Western New York, near the Finger Lake region.
The Finger Lakes.
Yes, sir.
Very funny part in The Office with Jim Carrey in the Finger Lakes.
Yeah.
I remember that's the only my only association with the Finger Lakes is they're very nice this time of year. The Finger Lakes. He just kept
Yes.
saying it
Yes.
over
It's
and over again. So anyway, but ribbons and roots, depending on your pronunciation on it. But that's what we're going to talk about today: ribbons and roots, and the evolution behind this, because this has got a little bit of a one of those roller coaster type stories, doesn't it?
yeah, yeah. So it was brought about. Me and two buddies we've all lost somebody to cancer and wanted to do a trip with some old vehicles that were owned by loved ones that had died from cancer, and we just thought, it's the 100th anniversary of Route 66, and we're gonna take the month of July and do the whole thing from Chicago to Santa Monica and back, and you know, riding in an old vehicle that might not make it, but that'll be some of the adventure and some of the fun. But so that was kind of the full or the start of our journey, and then it was, you know, people liked what we were doing. They wanted to know how they could get involved. They wanted to know if there was anything they could do to help. How can they join along? And just kind of had a thought of, instead of just taking some buddies with us, why don't we make this kind of a movement to help people that that have lost somebody or somebody that is recovering from cancer, and that's where the start of the nonprofit of Ribbons and Roots came from. And then we went one step further, and our first, I guess, project that we worked on was the Locks for the Lost. We built a 7 foot tall by 12 foot wide cancer ribbon monument out of rebar. Put a nice little plaque on it. We met a great family at the halfway point of Route 66, and they allowed us to, pour concrete and bolt it right to on their property. And so people that are traveling the route want to leave a lock for somebody that they've lost, or somebody that is a survivor, or just a memory. There's
Not
a
that is
place.
there right now.
Yes, yes. So we actually went down I think it was the last weekend in February. We left on a Thursday night, had it set by Saturday, and then drove back, got back home around Monday afternoon. So it
No,
was,
the midway point you mentioned, right in the middle.
yep, right in Adrian, Texas.
Adrian, okay, and what business?
So it's Dreammaker Station. It's a gift shop
Okay,
directly across the road from the halfway point. I guess it's also like a Pixar destination because there was a woman there that was kind of the inspiration for one of the characters in the Cars movie,
okay.
Flo. She was like the diner owner, and
Who,
so
by the way, I'm sure was an inspiration from Alice Flo. Kiss My Grits, for those people who remember that show from the 80s. She worked at a diner in Arizona, but go on,
oh
continue.
yeah. So just
I'm just saying that I think that's probably where Cars got the inspiration for the name Flo. Is her name Flo at Dreammakers?
no. So she actually passed, and I'm sorry, I've met so many people here in the last couple months.
No,
I
that's
can't
okay.
remember
You're not a
exactly.
representative for them at all. This is all pop quiz questions here.
Um,
So I'm just so anybody who's getting offended out there, go somewhere else.
so, um, but no, she passed, and just before she had passed away, she left it to or sold her gift shop, which is an old gas station that's next door to her diner. She sold it to this couple, Kelly and Jason Snyder. Um, Jason is a very accomplished auto body um, painter. He's done a lot of work for
Sure.
like Shelby Cobras and that kind of thing. So they've been running that business, or they bought the business, I think 3 years ago.
Okay.
And just really salt of the earth kind of people. Met them, told them what we were doing, showed them some of our videos on our YouTube channel, and they were like, absolutely, there's no other place that we would expect you to want to put this monument other than right here. So
And now, when you say a lock, do you mean an actual like lock and key? Do you mean a lock of hair? Do you mean grabbing some dinosaur from the Loch Ness monster, or that sort of thing? What's a lock here?
so so it's a physical lock. It's
Okay,
we
I
actually
guess
have.
lock would be the body of water, not the monster. My bad. So, anyways, continue on. I'm a Libra man, so it's a trip talking to me. It's just
I
constantly back and forth in my head, and ADD and ADHD. And anyway, so it's like a lock and key, like a master lock type of thing.
Yes, sir. So we actually have locks available with a donation that goes to our ribbons and routes
Sure.
there at the Dreammaker station. We have also already seen people that have been following us on Facebook that have already made the trip down Route 66, or at least to the halfway point. They've had custom locks made. You
Now,
know,
what's that all about? No, because you don't know this at all, but my mother passed of cancer, and she was the healthiest woman I knew. Um, age 52, pancreatic cancer. They gave her 3 months to live. She lived for another year, because her heart was so healthy, and so for the last 3 months of her life, we had to carry her in a blanket because she was literally withered down to her bones because her heart wouldn't die and she wouldn't do chemo, and so it was a very. I tell people all the time, one of the most life-changing moments of my life is being present when I watched the light go out in my mother's eyes. Like that forever changed me. And then I actually fought the medical community for 6 years because I had blood in my stool and I had weird feelings, and they kept telling me I had hemorrhoids. Well, it turned out I never had hemorrhoids. I had colon cancer. And when they
Jeez.
found it, I had stage 4. Well, then I had stage 2, and now I'm cancer free for the last 6 years.
Well, that's
And
amazing.
yeah, thank you. And so obviously I've got a personal connection to this. And so if I wanted to do a custom one for either a survivor or, a mother that died or something like that, walk me through that process, because that interests me a lot
Um,
about
so
how to get the customs. Are you quick looking online how to do it? Because you just know
no,
about the
I don't
end
know what
product.
happened.
That's all. You're not familiar with the processes. Yeah.
So I know we've talked to people and tried to get started with somebody that's able to do it. We found a couple places, like there was a gentleman down.
No, we lost you here. We're on freeze frame here. Chris Comstock. We're talking about Adrian, Texas, the midway point where they've got a big, giant Route 66 ribbon where people are going to be able to put locks. And Chris is going to be joining us here in just a second. So apologize, folks. We got our technical difficulties here. That's the real-time studio in the clouds that we're taking care of here. And Chris is joining us via a different method here, but talking
Okay,
about some custom-made locks here. And
yeah, I'm sorry.
Chris,
I don't know.
no, that's okay, man.
No.
I was talking as you froze up, so I was ad-libbing, filling in the blanks here. But you froze up right about when you were going to explain kind of. You were working with somebody to try to figure out how to get the custom locks more streamlined, is what I anticipated it to be.
Yes. So there are. I mean, you can Google it. You can use AI to help you find somebody in your local area. We have not found a good source for like mass production or somebody that's willing to take the orders. We are working towards that.
I guess my question would be is that if to put the lock on there, is this like there's a donation, but are people just putting their own locks on there?
Yeah.
Is it okay? So the
So if
donation is this kind of free will, like, hey,
they,
if you can, great. If not, we're not going to stop you from doing it.
yeah, so the whole thing is it's a community project. It's not a, you know, all the proceeds have to go to us. It's we have locks available if somebody is
Yeah,
interested in
yeah.
the movement or the cause, and they can buy them right there from the gift shop. They can write on them. They have paint markers there and different things. And so we just supply those to Kelly and Jason. And if somebody, I think it's like 5 or 10, $15, something like that, whatever they can give. But we have had multiple people put locks that they've brought from, across the country to get to that place. And that's perfectly fine. That's the whole idea. We want to see this thing just, we don't want to see any of the rebar, any of the skeleton, because all that is it's room for lost memories. And we want to see, we want to see it so that when my kids, so if I'm going to put a lock on for my grandfather, because it's his truck that I'm tearing down. It was the first brand new truck he had ever bought. He bought this 1994 Ford F-150 XL, long bed, single cab, 2-wheel drive. First brand new truck he ever bought. He bought it in October of 95. He had passed away from undiagnosed cancer in May of 96. So he owned this truck 6 months. It sat in a barn for another 20 years. I restored the pickup truck with the help of some friends and some employees, and I gave it to my mother in 2018 as a Christmas present, and she drove it throughout the summers for a couple years. Well, her and my father retired this past winter. They headed to Florida. She had no place to really store it, so she gifted it to me. And that will be the vehicle that I'm doing the whole Route 66 this summer with, or this July with. And when I go down and put the lock on for my grandfather, I want it to be for my daughters. I have a 14-year-old and a 13-year-old. And when they're, in their late 20s, early 30s, if they want to do the route and just kind of find themselves, they'll at least have a place that they can go and say, hey, there's my great grandfather's memory right here. And hopefully it brings some awareness to there are that many people that are affected, because I don't know many that haven't been, as far as a family member, a friend, or themselves. And my grandmother is a survivor now. 2 years ago, she's in full remission now, but she had bone marrow cancer and breast cancer. And again, one of the toughest women I've known, but she's got the will to live and will not let this beat her. So, and there'll be a lot goes on for her just because she is a survivor of it. And why not have a memory of her husband next to the memory of her fighting this thing?
It's pretty remarkable how the spirit of a vehicle can carry the spirit of a person across the spirit of a road. That's really what we're talking about here, is what's fueling this whole thing. Yeah, there's gas and there's rubber and there's road and everything else, but what you're talking about is generational, spirituality, just really guiding you along the way. That's really trying to overcome, the cancer, the idea of it, trying to process it. And one of the things that we're doing on our trip is the mental health aspect of everything. And a road trip is fantastic for mental health. And it sounds exactly like what you guys are doing. Like, hey, man, death sucks. Let's get on the open road and just let it out.
Well, yeah, and I'm talking about driving a pickup truck that's a bench seat and it's a manual, and there's not even a VH or a cassette deck in it. It's whatever the radio station is. No cruise control. I mean, it doesn't even have cup holders in it. So this is the plain Jane basic. You're no AC. Like
Boy, the only good news is about every small town you go through, you can hop in a classic car show, huh? With that vehicle,
Yeah.
just hop in, no problem. Just blend right in.
Yeah.
For me, I pulled out my, It sat for over 2 years, and it's a like a 2010 or something like that. Town and Country, Chrysler Town and Country,
Hmm.
and I had it because I would travel to the Black Hills all the time, and I you can put the seats down in the Town and Country, and so
Yeah.
it's like a little bedroom, it's like a little,
Yeah.
so especially if you like to be next to a river, it's nice to have that instead of a tent, man. Just sleep in the
Yeah.
vehicle, and bears stay out of that. The tent is like a burrito. Are you kidding me? And again, I travel with the dog, so it's nice because when you travel, they can walk around and do their own thing or whatever. That's what I pulled out. Um, I had to, I mean, I think there was a family of squirrels living in it for a while. I had to get this thing up and running, and and get it at least over to where it'll drive the route. But man, you got to have some faith along the trip because 2,400 miles, and especially if you're driving during the summer, you're going to have to experience what I am, which is summer heat in the Southwest. It's already 110 degrees, and we haven't even hit June yet. So
Yeah.
July and August are the hot months. What is your plan for that? Do you got any plan? Are you just gonna have some sort of I don't know, battery powered AC, or what's the windows down and hope it works out? Cross
Windows.
that bridge when it comes.
Well, thank God they're cloth seats and not leather or pleather, because that would make it.
Oh,
My back would be a lot skinnier than it is now.
lose
So
a lot of weight though.
yeah, but no, I mean, our plan is we're going to try to keep it within, right around that 300 miles a day.
Okay.
So our first leg is we're gonna, we're like 8 hours away from Chicago where we live right now. So we're looking at a full day of driving just to get out to Chicago. But what a way to start our trip, Chicago on the
Is that
4th.
all you are to Chicago? Is 8 hours from New York?
I think so.
I mean,
Might be.
even if call it 10 hours. I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
I'm in Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, right where the three
mhm.
borders meet. Okay,
Yep.
Fargo, and then there's a little town called Fergus Falls, and that's pretty much where I'm at because my son is still in Fargo, and I'm I'm about 5 mile or about 500 yards from a river, right?
Okay.
In this the town that I'm in doesn't even have a post office. Okay, it's seriously, and that's like I like it that way.
Yeah.
Because I'm entering that next stage in life, the empty nester snowbird life,
Yeah.
and the Black Hills, which I would go to quarterly because I just feel a spiritual connection to the Black Hills, much like I've always felt to Route 66. I would go there quarterly, and it didn't even dawn on me that it was 8 hours. Like I would get up and just go.
Yeah.
Omaha is 6 hours, and I'd never go there. Chicago's like 6 hours. I'd never go there. You kidding me? But Black Hills, not even think twice. So
Yeah.
anyway, I thought New York was way farther away, but I guess
So
not.
I mean, I'm 5 hours to Cleveland. Um, and then what, Toledo's just past that, so that's about the halfway point. So it's not too bad.
No, that's okay because it says here, if you drive Chicago to Cleveland, yeah, it's 5 hours. Okay, so
Yeah, so I think we're right around the 8 to 10 hour mark.
you're gonna do a day, the one day to get to Chicago. You guys are gonna sleep and then get up. And are you gonna start at the Navy Pier? Are you gonna start at the Art Institute, Luz Mitchell? Are you gonna start at the hotel?
I guess we were kind of hoping to find a place because my wife and kids are going to go with us, with me, up until the halfway point. So probably the first 5 or 6 days they're going to travel along with us. I don't think they have it in them to do 25 days, but they're
Yeah.
at least going to do that. So I thought, 4th of July in Chicago, I need to find the right place to be to watch the fireworks over the lake or something, So
Well,
I'm
my guess is the Navy Pier is gonna do something. That's the new starting point for Route 66.
okay.
And the Navy Pier is this, where they got Ferris wheels and
Yeah.
Harry Carey's restaurant, and it's the city invests a lot into that Navy Pier for tourist attractions. And so my
Okay.
guess is if they don't do a fireworks, they'll do a drone show because that's the new trend now.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Is
Okay.
do the drones because it's fire protection, and I don't know if people are upset at China for fireworks or not. They seem to be for a lot of other things. But for
Right.
some reason, computers and fireworks slide under that political radar on people's talk shows. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
that's not why we're here. But well, do you know when you're going to Adrian, Texas? Do you know exactly the date you're going to be there?
So we are hoping to have a little bit of a get together party, kind of a, forgive the pun, but kind of a ribbon cutting ceremony
Yeah,
when we get there. But we're looking at being in town the Friday after. So what would that be? Like the 8th, 9th
of
of July.
oh,
Let
that
me,
fast, huh? From July 4th
let me,
to
because what, July 4th is on a Saturday this year,
yep,
right?
yep.
So we're planning on being in Adrian the following Friday.
So on the
So
10th.
yes, the 10th. Sorry.
And is that going to be when you're going to do the ceremony?
Um, we don't have that set in stone yet, but it'll either be the 10th or the 11th. So that Friday or Saturday.
So Saturday is the 11th. Yeah. Keep me posted on this because I'm going to be in Custer County and Beckham County on Friday and Saturday,
Okay.
and I'm scheduled to be Wheeler County, Texas on Sunday,
Okay.
and Carson County, Texas on Monday. But I mean, each county is 30 miles or
Yeah.
20 miles or 50. So if I got to drive, like I'm actually hopping down to Tulsa and then I got to backtrack to Kansas because I'm going to go and speak at the AAA Tulsa Road Fest.
Okay.
And so I'm kind of hopping the cars in the route to Kansas and then I got to go backtrack. So I do the same thing for this. And then we could do a recording session and let people tell their stories too. If
Yeah.
if you're interested in something like that, and if you're interested in more marketing advice you didn't ask for, maybe instead of a ribbon cutting, it's a ribbon putting together. I don't know what the wordsmithing is on that, but when you said the ribbon cutting and you paused and you took it, you just kind of obviously, yeah, that's weird because if you're trying to
Yeah.
have a positive, you don't want to cut a ribbon for a ribbon. And so
No, no, no,
so
no. So
so I don't know.
maybe it's a ribbon placement party.
Talk to your wife and kids about that, about how, is it a put together a ribbon thing? Is it a tie? Maybe it's tie the ribbon ceremony. Everybody ties a ribbon instead of cut the
Yeah.
ribbon. But,
There you go.
and that would get good attention on social media too, because it's not the same old, same old. You can still cut the ribbon with the chamber if you want. But anyway, well, this is fantastic. So how many people are you going with?
So right now it's the other two guys, Woody and Phil, that are involved in this Ribbons and Roots with me. Woody's taking his and his father or his dad's 1966 Chevy C10. Just got a new LS motor put in that this past weekend. Got that running, so he's going to try to take that. And then Phil, he hasn't decided yet what he's going to take. If he's going to take his older Ram or if he's going to take his BMW. I know there's a lot of interest. I think we have more people meeting us along the way to kind of, we're going to advertise where we're going to be, destinations, times, that kind of thing. And we're also offering, if people that don't have the ability to take the time to get down there because it's too far, if they are interested in us putting a lock on for them, that's an option that we can do as well. So we've got a handful or a box full of locks that we're going to place for people that just don't have the ability to get there this year, but want to still be involved. And so, yeah, I mean, the more the merrier. We don't really have a convoy. We're just good thing we aren't bashful, because if something does break, we'll be looking for help along the way.
Yeah, I was going to say your one buddy who doesn't have a vehicle yet, he might be better off just riding shotgun with your other friend. That way you guys just got a spare vehicle in case the other one breaks instead of having two vehicles that could potentially break. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. I'm just joking with you here because I've got the same problem. I'm not sure if my town and country is going to make the whole trip. I'm just banking on the fact that I'm probably not going to drive more than 100 miles for 3 months because mine's going to be an 80-day trip.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm doing because there's like 55, 58 counties, something like that. I'm sorry, a 72 or 73-day trip or something like that. And I'm trying to do take every Sunday off, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna do on the 4th of July. You'll be in Chicago, you said.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm gonna be in Pulpa, Oklahoma. It's right outside of Tulsa,
Okay.
and they are doing Rascals on the Route. It's a soapbox derby race. Yeah, powered by Red Bull, one of those. So
That's awesome.
the kids are doing their, up on the hill soapbox
Yeah.
derby, and then the adults are doing their, look at us, we're drunk on Red Bull, jumping off a, cliff into a river type, whatever, that I've seen the videos, and I'm sure you have too on YouTube.
Yes.
And I was, it's like this Chinese, Japanese game show, MXC, that used to be on late night on Science Fiction Channel or something like that, late at
What's
night.
that, most extreme competition? Or
That's
most
it.
extreme
That's it,
challenge?
man. It's
Yeah.
just they dress up as characters, like, and then they would
Yep.
just, and then all of a
Get
sudden,
hit in the face with a big.
it just run over spinning things on water, man. That's
Yep.
it's all it was. But well, this is fantastic, and keep us posted when you get to the final date, whether it's Friday night or Saturday morning.
Mhm.
Or Saturday, whatever. I would encourage you to do Saturday, so that way people could take day off and drive up there or whatever the case is, because this could get some interest. If not from the local community, you might get some people that would drive a couple hours for something like this. I mean, you're
Well,
talking about Route 66, 250th anniversary for the
US of
country.
A.
The lesser known one, Apple's 50th birthday or 70th birthday. I forget. I heard that one the other day. This is the anniversary for Apple. But, like some people down maybe at the oil patch, we reach a lot of those individuals down in West Texas. And so they might drive up, no problem. I mean, something like that to honor their mom, died of cancer, I mean,
Yeah.
spend a day and involve it like that. But, yeah, let's keep us posted. We'd love to get the word out and help you.
And then the goal is for our nonprofit, the Ribbons and Routes, is not only raising awareness. Get sick of seeing that all of these nonprofits for cancer go to cancer research. Our goal is to try to help the people that have lost somebody or are recovering from cancer. And that's where our funds are going to go to. And if it's a matter of, we like the automotive side of things, but if it's, when somebody gets sick like that and you're working on a project with them, it's easy for you to lose that motivation to continue to work on, a pickup truck or, a sculpture. It doesn't matter at that point. It's you are doing something with a family member or a friend, and now they're not there to help you. It's easy to fall into that dark place and not be able, just kind of put it to the side and not want to think of it. So our goal is to financially help or physically help somebody. And sometimes it's just a matter of somebody wanting to talk and get it off their chest, but they can't do it to a mom or a dad or a brother or a sister because it's still too close to home for them too, right? So that's our whole goal, is to help the people that just need a little bit of extra assistance. And
That was the thing I found when I lost my mother to cancer. I was pretty young. I was 20, maybe 21. And what really was hard for me was everybody walking on eggshells around me, where people didn't know how to talk to me, and you could just tell that they were uncomfortable. And that really bothered me, that this event in my life was so traumatic for me that it actually made people that had no issue talking to me and making fun of me and pushing me over and spraying me with a hose or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
They didn't even know how to talk to me. I was like some foreign thing to them. And then when I went through it, it was like the systematic gaslighting was very difficult. And then the denial from friends of just what my reality was. And
Yeah.
then it wasn't until it was validated by, stage 4 that all of a sudden, the script flipped real quick. And get into your financial thing, by the way. When you're not diagnosed under the medical system, it can get very expensive. And some friends of mine did a fundraiser and they raised like $20,000. And that literally was like a month of bills, maybe 2 months of bills tops.
Yeah.
And so many people are like, well, that's the end of it. Like they think that saved you. You know what I mean? Like it took care of all your bills and you literally won the lottery type thing. And it's just like, dude, not only did that, thank you, don't want to be unappreciative, but it literally only took care of 2 months of bills. And I just spent 6 months in the hospital, so I couldn't do any work or sales. So it can compound so fast. And trying to get others to understand that is very difficult for the person. And so being able to have outlets like yours is where I'm going with this. This is one of those things that is really needed, really
So
needed for people.
So monthly, we try to do some type of small gesture. Because we still are. We've only been an incorporation nonprofit for 6 months, and so it's a lot of self supporting this between the three of us. But monthly, we try to, like, we did $500 worth of, we did 10 $50 gas cards, and we put something on our Facebook page that people, if they know somebody, they want to nominate somebody that's either going through treatment or been taking a family member or somebody else to treatment, let us know, kind of message us direct, not put it on in a comment or anything. And it was awesome. Within 2 days, we already had the 10 recipients. We put those with little letters, just thanking them, telling them how much they do matter. And sometimes it goes unappreciated. I know $50 isn't a lot, but maybe it's a tank of gas, maybe it's snacks, maybe it's whatever you need while you're making the hour and a half or 2 hour trip to your, to where they go get their treatments. And that seems to have affected our local community a lot, which is really nice. We've actually got a car show set up in June, June 19th. And
Where's that at?
That's going to be right here in our hometown, Campbell, Savona, New York. It's at the
What
American.
town? What town? I'm sorry.
It's Campbell. They call
Camp
it.
Bell.
Yeah, it's like Campbell, so they actually call it
Okay.
Soup City.
So it was Campbell, and somebody actually hit the space bar on the typewriter at some point.
No, I think it was
Camp Bell. Sounds good, guys. Go with it.
I think it was Camp Bell, and then I don't know, they just pick about it. But
No, it was, I mean, there's Camp Ridley and Camp Ford and all kinds of different things. So it's probably
yeah,
some guy's last name was Bell, Camp
yeah.
Bell. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So it's a classic car show. It's going to be in someone's parking lot, I imagine.
Yeah, so it's actually at the American Legion. I think it's post 1479.
Close
And
enough.
yep. And it's not just classic cars. We have everything from, what fully modified, best engine, best motorcycle, what is it? New era, old school. I think there's 8 different classes and trophies, but it's more of a kickoff before we do our July trip, so that we have the ability to collect more locks to take them with us. Got a big raffle that we're going to do. It's actually a rubber duck race down the river that runs next to the Legion. Vendors, 3 big bands from our area are going to play. It's all free to the public. And
Oh, it's a big
food.
party. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's that's going to be the Rock the Route. Rock the Road is what we're calling it.
Rock the Road.
Yep. And
Now,
that's
is
June
this
19th.
before your trip or after?
Yeah, this is about 2 weeks before.
Okay. Is this kind of a fundraiser for the trip too?
Yeah. Yep. So
Kind of get everything rolling there?
Yep.
All right. There, very good. Very good. Are you going to be, sounds like you're going to take more time in the second half because of the family. Where if you're doing 25 days and basically you're going to take 5 days to get to Adrian from Chicago, that means you're going to take 15 to 20 days to do the second half,
So our plan is we're gonna do
which is
5 days.
probably smart, by the way, in the middle of July to only go probably drive, between 7 and 9 at night, and then just see how far you can get and call it a day to try to maximize on that heat, and then also still have some scenery to see. But anyways, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. But what's
No,
the second
so
half like?
I said we've got 25 days, and that's out and back. So we'll be in
Oh,
Santa Monica by day 11 and 12, and then we'll be heading back. So, and we won't do the true route coming back. We're gonna, in these older trucks, we want to go up to Vegas and drive them down the strip, maybe get a picture down the Vegas strip. I've never been to the Grand Canyon. Kind of wanted to do a little day trip maybe out to there. Um,
you might be better doing that on Route 66, actually.
yeah,
So yeah, so when you get to before Flagstaff, I believe it's there right around there. There's a quick 45 minutes up or hour up to the Grand Canyon, and
yeah, that was
so if
the
you're going to do it
show.
on the way back, you see what I mean. You'd have to go back
Yeah,
that way again. And so when you hit Vegas, are you going to go up to Utah, Colorado, or are you going to go under and do the New Mexico,
yeah.
Texas
We'll
again?
we'll come back through New Mexico and
Okay.
Texas. Then there's
So,
a
so I'm doing the opposite. I'm actually
okay.
when I hit Santa Monica, I'm going to go and up through Zion National,
Yep.
and then that Colorado Drive is a national park every 10 miles. You got the Fish
Yeah.
Lake and all that stuff. And it's just I got a friend in Rifle. I want to surprise and stop and see and do a few, and then hit the Black Hills on the way back, type of a thing. But are you going to go straight up through Route 66, or are you going to go straight like through Nashville or something like that? Or
We haven't decided that.
okay,
Probably, I'd love to go to Nashville, but again, the other two guys and myself, we do have some time constraints. We still have to work our
yeah,
day jobs and that kind of thing. So, taking the whole
budgets
month
too.
off.
Budgets. I'm going to
Yeah.
be sleeping in my vehicle quite a few nights, I imagine. Are you guys doing a hotel or vehicle sleeping, or what's that situation look like? I imagine when the family's there, it's hotels.
Yeah. So the plan is to do the hotels with them. Three
Yeah.
girls in my house, so it's
Well,
we got
that's
to have
not. Yeah,
showers every day.
that's not even a negotiable thing. Yeah, that
Yeah.
got.
But I'd like to, when we hit New Mexico and Arizona, to I'm looking at one of those inflatable tents for it's a long bag pickup, so why
Yeah.
not, right? And just to be somewhere where there's no unnatural light hitting the sky or the ground, to just kind of do that night of meditation or something, just
Well,
to
it's
kind of
nice to have the option. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
so it's nice to start, and then if there's going to be a hotel, that's doable. But at the same time, for me, I like food, and so
yeah,
I'd rather spend a little more on food and enjoy it than a hotel from time to time and that sort of thing. I'm a sucker for some of the or is it the El Rancho that I've already got my room at, and
okay.
Gallup, New Mexico, and that sort of thing. But do you have any spots that you've identified besides the 7 foot ribbon, rebar ribbon? We got to come up with a name now, I think. The 7 foot rebar ribbon on Route 66, Midway Point, Adrian, Texas. Did I get all that right?
Yep, and it's
Okay.
the locks for the lost.
Locks for the Lost. That's what you're calling it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I probably shy away from the rebar ribbon. That might catch on
Yeah.
because of the alliteration. Although it's not a bad name actually to locks, because people will say, "What's that?" Oh, it's
Yeah.
locks. Yeah. Okay. And do you have any other spots either your wife's talked about, your kids? Obviously the Giants are big attraction. There's a big giant whale in Oklahoma that's blue
Yep.
that people like to see, and the muffler man and the giant oil golden man and all kinds of stuff. Have you got any? Do you have a list, or have you talked about it?
We do. I just don't want to give everything out right yet because it's again, there's three families going, and it's got to be one of those we've all had to do. My parents always said a Christmas list, write down the top 25 things you want. Okay, they give them the list. They come back and say, all right, now cross 10 of them off. And then they come back and it's now cross 5 of them off. And now what's your number one thing you want to see? And that's how we combine everything together. So like I said, we're going to put an itinerary out there on our website, on our Facebook page, probably a walkthrough of with our YouTube channel, just so that people kind of have an idea where we're going to be at what time. I know there's the prison there just outside of Chicago, right?
Joliet Prison. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I know that's one of the big places on our list. The Big Blue is one. Pops, my kids are going, so Pops has definitely got to be a
sure.
They'll get all drunk on soda.
Yeah. I mean, you'll get your fill. There's so many soda shops and that sort of thing, but there's even Route 66 root beer.
Mm-hmm.
like route beer, root beer. There's special centennial sodas too. But anyways, go ahead. Yeah.
I'm more excited about the natural aspect of it in the New Mexico, Arizona, just because I really haven't spent much time there in my career. So I mean, Amarillo, Adrian, those places in Texas are gorgeous, and they're like the big small towns is the way. Or Amarillo is like a big small town to me.
It's interesting you say that because there's research and science on this. Actually, it's called the awe effect, like awesome, the awe effect, and the two examples that they cite is the Grand Canyon and standing on top of a mountain, to where when you look at it, your physical biology changes. It's just like this awesome uplifting type of a thing that affects you in so many different ways. And when you're affected by cancer, you're drawn to that more than the big blue whale, for example. No offense, big blue whale, but and I was going to actually say a diner or something a little more pop culture Americana, which I'm talking about, but I'm more into what you're talking about, some of these natural aspects, some of these different natures, and that's what I'm very excited for too, as well, especially when you get to the Southwest, because you're talking plateaus and mountains and Native American, when they use stone to build with and all kinds of different things. So it should be fun, man. I'm excited for you, and also excited for the project that you have going. What's the website again?
So it's ribbonsandroutes.org.
And is spelled out?
Yes, sir.
ribbonsandroutes.org. Yeah, I see where ribbons and roots might be confusing people because they do root like a tree. Yeah.
Yep.
I could see that. Ribbons and routes. Not sure if there's a homonym for route. I suppose you got to route around, but anyways. Well, and then when is the event that you have coming up? The classic or the if I got a 2010 Buick Regal, apparently I can show up to this car show. So what's the what's the date of the car show?
That's June 19th. Starts at 4:00. It's a Friday afternoon.
4 p.m. And then July
3rd, we are leaving our home base in Savona, New York, headed to Chicago.
But you're going to be July 10th and 11th down in Adrian. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm writing that down for my notes because, because I'm not sure where Beckham County, Oklahoma is, but it's the last county in Oklahoma. And then I would enter Wheeler County and Carson County, and Potter County is Amarillo.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you from Amarillo?
To Adrian?
Yeah.
It's about 45 minutes west. It's
still on the other side of it.
Yeah, so Adrian is,
okay.
I think, the last exit off of, was it 44 or 40? That before you get to New Mexico.
So we're doing the show in Glen Rio one day. You know where have you looked up Glen Rio?
I I
Oh, you'll
have
love
not.
this. You'll love this. So it's right on the border. It's a ghost town. It's actually registered in the National Archives as a historical town, and
Okay.
it's just a bunch of empty buildings. And there's one now thriving business on the New Mexico side, not the Texas side. Back in the day, there was different politics in New Mexico and Texas, so there was a lot of alcohol on New Mexico side, and then a lot of gas stations on the Texas side back in the day. Well, now they're
Mhm.
all gone away, but there's one business on the New Mexico side, and it's a dispensary, and
Oh yes,
it does
we did
really
go see that.
well because it's right next to Texas, and they have this patio that you could smoke a bowl out on. They call it their consumption patio. So that's where we're doing the show from, baby. I'm like,
Yes, we
oh
did
yeah.
drive past that.
I we called so, but you know what? Hey, I'm sure they're doing well, and they'll probably bring that whole town back through the through that
Yeah,
dispensary. You
right.
know what I mean? They're generating so much. Get your blunt on Route 66. I guess.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
how fun would that be for marketing? My goodness.
Well, and then the first sign you see when you pull into Texas is "Get caught with marijuana, call us." It's like a lawyer firm.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
that's
what?
so
New
funny.
Mexico and Oklahoma, it's legal in both those states, but it's not in Texas.
Right,
So
right. In Oklahoma, it's medicinal, and you wouldn't know it driving through there because
yeah,
I was in Enid, Oklahoma, okay, and there was literally a cannabis shop on every corner.
yes,
And so I was asking people like, "Is it rec here?" And they're like, "No, it's medicinal." I'm like, "Oh, I see. If you're afraid of the dark, they'll give you a prescription." I got it. Okay, like, yeah, I'm kind of afraid of the dark here. Here you go. Here's your prescription. There's no way you could have that many like medicinal places that they have
yes,
without giving
that was
away, you
crazy.
know. And I'm from Minnesota, where now the municipals are getting into the business.
Yeah, so New York is
Oh, are you city owned too, or the cities and states own the dispensaries?
no, not yet, but we are. They are open for recreational.
So
So
in Anoka, Minnesota, which is about an hour and a half from where I'm at, they opened the first municipal owned dispensary.
okay,
Where I'm at in Otter Tail County, it's everything's banned, so you can't even go buy the hemp gummies or anything like
okay,
that. Like the ones that they
CBD.
sell at the gas station, you can't even buy, right?
Hmm.
Except for the only place you can buy them is the municipal liquor store. So the county comes, the government bans all of it except for you can buy it from them. So
Yeah,
it's it's being very noticeable here in the state of Minnesota. Let's just put it that way, where people are having a hard time avoiding politics. They can't even go to the cafe without making an observation and triggering people. You know what I mean? It's
right.
sitting. I can't imagine what it's like in New York being up against. You're up against Ohio and Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Uh,
Pennsylvania is very coal and oil and gas,
yeah.
and Ohio is kind of depending on where you're at, I guess.
So Ohio is still west of us.
Okay.
You have to go through Pennsylvania to get to Ohio. But yeah, I mean, where we're at in New York, there's a state connected to that city, and I know people sometimes don't realize that. But I'm an hour and a half from the fourth largest city in New York, and the first three are New York City, Yonkers, and then Buffalo. Fourth largest is Rochester, and
Did
we're
you say
we're
Yonkers is number two?
yep.
Okay. I would have never, I would have been voted off the island in a second on that one. Okay.
Yeah, so I always thought number two
I would have
would have
guessed
been
Albany.
Buffalo.
Okay.
But no, and then I thought Syracuse was actually bigger than Rochester, but
I
it's
mean,
not.
Poughkeepsie maybe, but sorry.
Yeah,
Just kidding about Poughkeepsie. Uh, uh, so you're more northern, you said?
northwestern, I guess.
Okay, that's ag. That's pretty good ag country up there, right?
Yeah,
You got
yeah.
is that
Big
that's not cranberries? That's more dairy.
dairy, corn,
Corn.
potatoes, onions.
Okay, okay, okay.
So
Yeah,
we're
the
we're in the,
cranberries. That's more New Jersey, New
yeah,
York, right? Yeah. Okay.
and
That's
then blueberries is more northeast of that.
Yeah, you're getting in Maine almost there, up in that area. Yeah, we got blueberries in Minnesota too. Anyway, well, here we are. Now we're just gabbing away here. So let's reset everything and conclude this interview here with Chris Comstock, right?
Yep.
Not Cornstalk, from New York, and it's Ribbons and Roots. It's a nonprofit. They're going to be driving Route 66 from July 4th to 25 days later ish.
Yeah.
And yeah, so probably spend 15 days, 20, on the road type of a thing. And yeah, what should people know as we kind of close up here? Give the website again and what you want people to walk away with.
So yeah, again, it's www.ribbonsandroutes.org. You can go to Facebook and it's Ribbons and Routes. We have a YouTube channel, Ribbons and Routes. You can Google the Locks for the Lost or Ribbons and Routes Route 66, and a lot of that. There's nobody else out there like us, so it's pretty hard not to find us.